Okay. First problem in the review says if BCDE is congruent to OPQR, then DE, line segment DE, is congruent to which line segment? Okay, when two things are congruent, their letters must match up. So if we look at these two things being congruent, then that means for letter D and letter E, since they're both the last two letters of the figure, have to match up to the last two letters of the second figure, which is Q and R. So the correct answer is D. Number one is D. Question number two. Use the information in the diagram and tell why AC is congruent to BC and angle BCA is congruent to angle DCA. Okay, starting with angle AC is congruent to angle AC. You will notice that line segment AC is common to both triangles. It's congruent because of the reflexive property, which states that two things are congruent to itself, or things are congruent to itself. Okay? Figures, or it could be numbers, are congruent to themselves or equal to themselves. So, because of the reflexive property, I can eliminate choice B and choice C. That leaves me A or D as my answer. So it's either going to be given information or the transitive property. Okay, given information is something they gave me. So if we look at these two angles right here, angle BCA is this angle, and angle DAC is this angle. So that means that they already have the two marks on the figure. If you notice, there's one mark on angle A and there's one mark on angle B. So that means it was given information and not the transitive property. So the correct answer is answer A. Question number three. This is angle ABC, angle A, B, C is congruent to which angle? Okay, A with 3 lines matches up with M, which has 3 lines. So the first letter has to be M. B has one angle, 1 line. N has 1 line, so N is the middle letter. C has 2, and P has 2. So P is the last letter. Angle symbol in front of it, and you get answer choice D. That's the only ones that are in their correct order. Okay, question number 4. The two triangles are, keyword is congruent, as suggested by their appearance. Find the value of C. Well, here's C. So for this triangle, they're facing the same direction. So that means it would match up with 3. The correct answer is C. We just match up correct parts. Okay, number 5. Given that triangle QRS is congruent to triangle TUV. Since they don't have them to draw it, the first thing I would do is draw a diagram. Since the letters in order make a difference, Q matches up with T, R matches up with U, and S matches up with D. So that means this QR is equal to TU, RS is equal to UV, and QS is equal to TV. So it says QS is 3V plus 2, TV is equal to 7V minus 6. It asks, find the length of QS and TV. So they're asking for the length of QS and TV. Well, QS is 3V plus 2. That means we need V. And TV is 7V minus 6. So we need V. So the first thing we're going to do is solve for V. Then we're going to plug our answer in. Okay, so since we know that the two things are congruent, then this part is congruent to this part. So we can say that QS is equal to TV. So that means 3V plus 2 is equal to 7V minus 6. Which means I solve for B. So I'm going to subtract 3B in order to get my B's on the same side of the equation. So that means I'm left with 2 is equal to 4B minus 6. Then I move 6 to the other side, opposite of subtracting it to add. So I add 6 to both sides. So that cancels out, leaves me 4B is equal to 8. 6 plus 2. Then I divide by 4 to get B by itself. So I have B is equal to 2. Now, that's one of the answer choices, but it's not the correct answer choice because we have to plug it back in. So, I'm going to bring this over here and say QS, which is equal to 3B plus 2. So I now know that B is 2, so I plug that in. So I'm going to get 6 plus 2, which is 8. Now, check yourself. You can also plug it in for TB. TB was 7B minus 6. B is 2, so I have 7 times 2 minus 6. So I get 14 minus 6, which is also 8. So the correct answer is C, 8. Number 6, it says justify the last 2 steps of the proof. It says given that RS is congruent to UT, RS is congruent to UT, and RT is congruent to US. They give us the given information. They want to know why is line segment ST congruent to line segment TS. Why is ST congruent to TS? And that would be the reflexive property, because if something is congruent to itself, then it is reflexive. So it's congruent to itself. So the answer to 3 is the reflexive property. So we eliminate A and we eliminate D. Now, what do I have to prove number 4? The triangles are congruent. Side matches this side. This side matches this one. And this side is congruent to itself. So I have side, side, side. So the correct answer is C and not B. Number 7. What other information do you need in order to prove the triangles are congruent using side, angle, side? Side, angle, side. That means the angle must be between the two sides. Okay? So, they tell us that BC and CD are congruent because they give us that information, so there's an S. So, if SAS, I have my S. We know that angle line segment AC is congruent to line segment AC by the reflexive property. So I have my other S. The part that I'm missing is the angle between it. Well, if I join this side and this side together, the angle I'm talking about is right there. So, I need to know something about that. Well, this says angle BAC. Angle BAC is located right here. So we eliminate that wrong angle. Angle CBA is this angle right here. I need the word where the arrow is pointing to. So that eliminates B. B is talking about a side. I need an angle. So B eliminates. So the only answer choice we got left is C. You need to remember that that upside down T means perpendicular lines. And if we have perpendicular lines, they intersect at right angles. You know, we know that all right angles are congruent. So the answer to number 7 is C. Number 8, name the angle that is included, which means between the sides PN and NM. So you want it between these two sides. Well, here's PN. Here's NM, so the angle that's between them is this angle right here, angle N. Answer A. Included means inside, in between. Okay, number 9 says, in each pair of triangles, parts are congruent as marked. Which pair is congruent by angle, side, angle? Angle, side, angle. Have to use that. So on A, this angle matches up to this angle, so I have an A. And this angle matches up to this angle, so I have another A. And this side matches up to this side, but if you notice, this side is between the angles. This side is not between the angles. So, because those are not the same thing, they are not equal to each other, they're not congruent to each other, okay? So that eliminates A. B, this side, matches up with this side, and this angle matches up with this angle, and this side matches up with this side. Well, we have side, angle, side, S-A-S, and that is not equal to angle, side, angle. So C is not the correct answer. B, this angle matches up with this angle. This side matches up with this side. This angle matches up with this angle. My side is between my two angles. My side here is between the two angles. B is the correct answer. D is not the correct answer because, again, it was side, angle, side, which is not equal to angle, side, angle. So the correct answer for number 9 is B. Number 10, what is the missing reason in the two-column proof? Now, it tells you in the information that's given, it says this bisects it, so these two angles are congruent. So angle DAB is bisected. That means DAC is congruent to BAC. Okay? That's what takes care of 2. It says that line segment AC is congruent to line segment AC, so there's just an S. So I have an A and an S. I have an angle and I have a side. Then it even tells you reflexive property. You don't even have to know that. Then it says that for that CA, ray CA bisects angle DCB, and in number 5 it tells you by that definition that DAC, angle DAC, angle DAC, that's this angle, is congruent, this angle, is congruent to BCA, which is this angle. So we have this one congruent to, the first one was BAC, BAC and BAC, these two angles are congruent. And then it says BAC is also congruent to BC, well, that's the same thing. Okay. I think there's a problem here. It should be that these two angles are congruent and these two angles are congruent, which gives me angle side, angle. So this should be angle, side, angle, which is answer choice A. Okay? This should, number 2, or one of these two, number 2 should say that DAC is congruent to BAC. That one's right. And number 5 should say that DA, okay, they said this is congruent to BAC is congruent to BAC, that's these two. Then it should say that angle DCA, that should say angle DCA is congruent to angle BCA. So correct number 5 on your paper. I'll make sure it's correct on the test. Okay, number 11, can you use angle, side, angle, angle, side, or both to prove triangles are congruent? Okay, angle, side, angle means the sides between the angles. Angle, angle, side means that it is not between the two angles. Okay, so we already know that this side is congruent to this side, and this angle is congruent to this angle. So, I need something else on here to work with. Because these two intersect at this point, the vertex, we can say that the angle on both sides of those are congruent because they are vertical angles. We don't need anybody to tell us that because we know from the drawing that this angle is congruent to this angle. So there's another angle. So I have angle, angle, side. So this one's okay. So we can eliminate B. All right, now, I need some way, when I'm looking at these, to come up with angle, side angle. So I need my side to be between two angles. That means it has to be between this angle and this angle. This angle and this angle. Well, I'm given that this top angle is congruent to this one because they had it marked that way. Now, because I know that this right here is true, then I know by the third angle theorem that if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then their third angles are congruent. With that being said, we can say then that this angle down here is congruent to this angle up here, giving me that other A that I needed to make angle, side, angle, side, angle. And that works as well. So it's either ASA or AAS. So the correct answer is A. All right, number 12. Name the theorem or postulant that lets you immediately conclude that the two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABD, which is the top one, and triangle CBD, which is the bottom. Well, from the given information, we know this side is congruent to this side, so I have an X. Okay? I know if there's a right angle right here, there's a right angle right here, so that gives me an A. So I have an A. Now, the only thing I need to know is do I have another side or another angle? Okay? Going back to what we said, we can say the angle, line segment BD is congruent to line segment BD because of the reflexive property. So that gives me an S. So I have side, angle, side, which is A. So that eliminates all of these others. So the answer is A. Number 13, it says, sorry, I was covering some stuff up. Okay, it says, supply the missing reasons for the proof. It starts out with given information and wants us to prove that these two line segments are congruent. So it tells me given that angle Q is congruent to angle Q. So there's an A. And it says that line segment QR is congruent to line segment TR. There's an S. So I need either another angle or another side. Well, right here in part 2, it says vertical angles are congruent to each other. So that means this angle and this angle are congruent. It even tells you which two angles are congruent. So there's another A. I have angle, side, angle. So based on just that information, I know that it's either A or D. So I can eliminate C and B. Now, before I go over what CPCTC stands for, we look at the word substitution. Substitution means taking one thing out and replacing it with something else. We did not do that anywhere in here, so I can eliminate A based just on that definition. However, CPCTC, this part right here, that definition is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. C, P, C, T, C. Okay? So the correct answer is D and not A. The correct answer is D. Okay? Number 14, find the values of X and Y. X and Y. Okay, looking at the big triangle, it says this side is congruent to that side. By the isosceles triangle theorem, we know that if these two sides are congruent, these two angles, called base angles, are congruent. So if this angle is 47 degrees, then this angle right here is 47 degrees. So that means if this is 47, then this angle is also 47. Then, I know in this triangle right here, the angles add up to 180 degrees, called the angle sum theorem. Okay, so to find x, we still got to know what y is because we only have one angle. Okay, now also in the thing, it says this side is congruent to that side. Well, that's 47. This 47, the big triangle is also 180 degrees. So I can say 180 degrees minus 47 plus 47. So 180 minus 47 plus 47 leaves me 86 degrees, which that's for this whole big angle. Well, to get y degrees is half of that. So y is 86 divided by 2, which is 43 degrees. Okay, so y is 43, so it's either of these two right here. So we can eliminate A and B. Okay, so now that I know that, I can go back over to this triangle right here. I now know that this is 43 degrees. This one's 47 degrees. We got to find x, so x is equal to 180 minus 47 plus 43. Which gives us 90 degrees, making it a right angle. So the correct answer is B instead of C. So the correct answer is B. Okay, on number 15 it says find the measure of the vertex angle of an isosceles triangle if one of its base angles is 42. First thing I do is draw a diagram. We know that the two sides are congruent from the word isosceles. That makes the two base angles, that's what these are, base angles, congruent to each other. So those two angles, it says one of them is 42. So since they are congruent, that means this one's 42. Okay? This is called vertex angle. It's the one that's not congruent to the other two. Well, I know they add up to 180 degrees, so I can say 42 plus 42 and subtract that from 180. And we get 96 degrees, which is answer choice D. All right, number 16, find the value of x. This is an exterior angle. This tells me that these two angles are congruent. So that means this angle is also 3x minus 50. Then we know that this angle and this angle right here form a linear pair or a line. Linear pair, add up to 180. So I can say 3x minus 50 plus 7x is equal to 180. I combine like terms, so I get 10x minus 50 is equal to 180. Add 50 to both sides to get 10x by itself. So I'm going to get 10x is equal to 230. So 10 divided by 10, you're going to get x equals 23. It says find the value of x, so we're done. So the answer is 23, and that's answer choice A. Okay? All right, number 17, we're going to omit this problem because none of the answers are correct. They made a mistake on top. Okay, so we're going to omit number 17. Number 18, two sides of an equilateral triangle tells me there's 3 equal sides. Are 2x minus 2 and 3x minus 6. They want to know which one of these two, 10x minus 6, 10 minus x or 6x plus 5 could be the third side, angle length of the third side. Well, we need to know what the length of each side is. Okay, since it says equilateral, we have equal sides, so therefore 2x minus 2 is equal to 3x minus 6. So I subtract 2x from both sides, leaving me negative 2 is equal to x minus 6. Then I add 6 to both sides, so I get x equals 4. So that means I now can plug it in. And find, sorry, can't write. So I plug it in and find side. Okay, so 2 times 4 minus 6, minus 2 is 8 minus 2, which is 6. 3 times 4 minus 6 is 12 minus 6, which is also 6. So the sides are 6 units long. Well, if I say 10 minus 6, if I say 10 minus x, I get 10 minus 4, or 10 minus 4, and that's 6. So that one works. If I say 6x plus 5, I get 6 times 4 plus 5. That's 24 plus 5 is 29. So that one doesn't work. So the only one that works is the 10 minus x. So that's answer choice B. Okay? Number 19. For which situation could you prove that a triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2 using HL? H stands for hypotenuse, meaning that it's across from the right angle, and L stands for left. Okay? So in triangle, the first one, in I, here's your right angle, here's your hypotenuse. So it has no markings on the hypotenuse, and it has no markings on either one of the legs. Can't use that. Okay, here's your right angle. Across from that is your hypotenuse. It does not have any markings, so we can't use it. Here's my right angle for this triangle. Marks here, marks there. In triangle 2, right angle, there is my H. Okay? Now, this side right here, going across the whole thing, is congruent to itself by the reflexive property. So that means that this half and this half are congruent. Or, we could say in these two triangles, this side right here is congruent to itself by the reflexive property. That's probably the one we need to use. The second one, not this one. So, I've got H and I got an L. So therefore, it's number 3 only. Okay, wait a minute. Got something wrong here. Oh, I know why. It's going to be D. And I'm sorry, let me back up to number 2. This is an S, this is an A, and this is an S. So I could say that triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2 by side angle side, which that leads to say that if these two triangles, triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2 by SAS, then that means that their parts are congruent. So that means that the hypotenuse of this is going to be equal to the hypotenuse of here, and we already have an L. These are congruent to here, so I have an HL, so I can use D. So the correct answer is D. Okay? Alright, number 20. Is there enough information? They have the answers written incorrectly, but they want to know to conclude that the two triangles are congruent. Okay? Well, right angle, cross right angle is an H. Matches up on the other side. AC is congruent to AC by the reflexive property. So it's congruent to itself. So there's my leg. So it's HL. Okay, so the first answer is yes, we can prove they're congruent. We match up letters. A matches up with A. Let me move the second one over some. And so A matches up with A, B matches up with D, and C matches up with itself. Okay, so it's triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC, which is not any of the answer choices they give. Okay? Number 21. The key word in this word says perpendicular. You should automatically associate that with right angles. intersect at right angles. So it says that line segment CB is perpendicular to line segment AD, and that B is between A and D. So here's point A, here's point B. B is between A and D. So that means C is up here somewhere. Perpendicular meaning they form right angles. It says that angle DAC, that's this angle, is congruent to angle ADC. That's this angle. Okay? So, we know that I have an angle, and then this side right here is congruent to itself by the reflection property. So I have angle, side. Since I can say that they're congruent, since the two triangles are congruent by angle, side, then that means all their parts are congruent, which is the CP. Therefore, all 5 ways apply. Hypotenuse leg, angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, and side, angle, side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, the only one that doesn't apply is already this. Well, that doesn't make sense either. Okay, I'll come back and check on number 21, and I'll email that stuff. Okay? Because if we have angle, side, this is an L. The only way to get across from the right angle is, oh, I know why. Excuse me. Okay, not all 5. Sorry, not corresponding parts. Let me back up and try this one again. Sorry, apologize. Okay, let's go back to our beginning. And it says that, okay, I have my triangle, and I know that C's here, and B's here, and A and D. These are right angles, so they're perpendicular. It says this angle is congruent to this angle. So if we look at the big triangle as A is congruent to D, then this side is congruent to that side because it is an isosceles triangle. So, therefore, we know that's congruent. We now know that this is congruent to that. So I have angle, side. So that's the first one. I also have across from the right angle is your hypotenuse. The side also is a leg, so I have HL. I also have, so we got this one and this, and we got this one and this one. Then, okay, angle. I'm sorry, we got this one. Side, angle, side. Okay, and when you drop a perpendicular, these two things end up being congruent to each other. So that would be angle, side, angle. And then if we go from this direction, it's side, angle, side. Okay, so when you drop a perpendicular, it creates 2 equal parts on each side, making these 2 angles congruent. So that would give me angle, side, angle this way. If I go this way, it's angle, side. Or since this is congruent to itself, it's side, angle, side. So it is answer choice A. Okay, number 22, the sides of an isosceles triangle. That means 2 sides are congruent. So the sides of an isosceles triangle have these lengths, 2x plus 4 and x plus 8. The base has a length of 5x minus 2. This is the base. And it is 5x minus 2. So what is the length of the base? So we want to know this is what? Isosceles triangle, 2 equal sides. So that means the 2x plus 4 is equal to the x plus 8. So when I subtract So I need to move x over here. I'm going to get x plus 4 is equal to 8. Then I move 4 to the other side by subtracting. So I'm going to get x is equal to 4. Wants to know what is the length, so we plug into the side, in this case the base, so 5 times x, which is 4, minus 2, so I have 20 minus 2, which is 18. So the correct answer is A, 18. Number 23, a surveyor measured the indicated angles at his native plant preservation area. He concludes that the fences on the right and left sides have the same length. What rule tells me the triangles are congruent? 380 is equal to 380. That's an S. 50 degrees is equal to 50 degrees. That's an angle. 475 is equal to 475. So that's another S. S, A, S. Answer is C. Okay, number 24. These three angles form a straight line, so they add up to 180 degrees. So that means that x minus 3 plus 41 plus y plus 8 equals 180 degrees. However, we have an x and a y in the same problem. So we're going to look at something else to tell us some other information. It says right here that this right here and this right here means those are parallel lines. If they're parallel lines, we have special angles. So if it makes this Z shape, this angle and this angle are the same measures. That means this is 41 degrees. Then, if you bring down this triangle and look at it, I have 41 here, I have y plus 8 here, and 74 here. So I can find y by saying y plus 8 plus 41 plus 74 is equal to 180. So I'm going to get y plus 123 is equal to 180. Subtract 123. I'm going to get y equals 57 degrees. So that eliminates C and A. So now I know what y is. Y is 57 degrees. So now I can find x. Okay, so combining like terms, I have negative 3, I have 41, I have 57, and I have positive 8. So x, so negative 3 plus 41 plus 57 plus positive 8 is 103. I think we're 180. So I subtract. I'm going to get x is equal to 77 degrees. So the correct answer is B and not D. Okay, number 25, find the value of K. Three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So add 45 plus 62 and subtract from 180. Gives you 73 degrees. So the correct answer is D. That one was a quick and easy one. Number 26, find the values of x, y, and z. Well, I start off with, if I look at just this triangle right here, 38, 56, and x. I have to add up to 180 degrees. So I add 56 and 38 and subtract from 180. So 56 plus 38, subtract from 180, I get, oops, I did something wrong, must have added wrong. 56 plus 38, subtract from 180 is 86 degrees. So here x is, so that means that I can eliminate C and D, because this is x. Okay? Then X and Z, X and Z form a straight line, which means they add up to 180. So 180 minus 86 degrees is going to be 94 degrees. And that is Y. So we're still either A or, actually it was A or D. D is incorrect. A is correct. So you really don't have to do Z. But if you want to know Z, you have this big triangle. Here we now know this is 94. We know this is 19, and we want to know what Y is. So Y is 180 minus 19 plus 94, and you should get 67. If I add 19 plus, Oh, I did this backwards. I did the same thing you were probably going to do. This is not Y, this is Z. 94 degrees is Z, so it's Z and not A. So Y is 67. So 19, because if you do 19 plus 94 and subtract from 180, you get 67 for Y. This is Z. So the correct answer is Z. Okay, number 27, the triangular playground has angles whose measures are in the ratio of 8 to 3 to 9. What is the measure of the smallest? Well, the smallest one is going to be the one where the 3 is. What you're going to do is you're going to write it using X behind each number. And since we know the angles of the triangle add up to 180, this is what they all have in common. So we add 8x plus 3x is 11, plus 9 is 20. Solving for x, we divide both sides by 20. So we get x is equal to 9. Then we plug that in to 3 times x, so we get 3 times 9, which is 27 degrees. So the correct answer is A, 27 degrees. If you want to know the other two angles, you'd say 8 times x, which would be, or 9 times x. Okay? Number 28. Find the value of x. 105 is an exterior angle, and remember the exterior angle is equal to the two remote interior angles added together. Or the sum of the remote interior angles, so we add x and 72, so 105 is equal to 72 plus x. So all I'm really doing is subtracting 72. So 105 minus 72 is 33 degrees, is what equals x. So the correct answer is A. Number 29, the folding chair has different settings that change the angles formed by its parts. The measure of angle 2, this angle right here is 26 degrees. The measure of angle 3 is 70 degrees. Find angle 1. Again, angle 1 is an exterior angle. An exterior angle is equal to the remote interior angles added together. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to 26 degrees plus 70 degrees. So you get 96 degrees. So we get answer A. Number 30. 114 and this angle have a vertex in common, so they are called vertical angles. And they want us to know what's the value of x. Okay, vertical angles are congruent. So that means this angle right here is 114. Now we have a triangle that has to add up to 180. So 180 is equal to x plus 114 plus 47. 114 plus 47 is 161. If I solve for x, we subtract 161 from both sides. So we get x is equal to 180 minus 161. 19 degrees. Answer choice B. Number 31. Find the value of x given that angle SRT is congruent to angle STR, and the measure of angle STU is 4x. Okay, since this angle is equal to this angle, that means the two sides are congruent. Oh, and it says that the measure of angle SRT is 20 degrees, so that means this is 20 degrees. These two angles right here form a straight line. So I have 20 and I have 4x, so 20 plus 4x forms a straight line, 180 degrees. Subtract 20, you get 4x by itself, so we get 4x is equal to 160. Divide by 4, we get x is equal to 40. So the correct answer is D. It says find value of x. Number 32. The sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. Angle, sum, theorem. Answer is B. Okay, last one's number 33. Find the measure of each interior and exterior angle. Okay, start with angle 1. Because there is a right angle right there. Those are perpendicular lines, which means they form right angles. And we know that right angles measure 90 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 is 90 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is 90 degrees. The measure of angle 3 is 90 degrees. Most of you would get that one fine. Okay? Angle 4 is across from the 122. Those are called vertical angles. So the measure of angle 4 is equal to 122 degrees. Angle 5 and 122 form a straight line. That makes them a linear pair. A linear pair adds up to 180 degrees. So the measure of angle 5 is 180 minus 122, so we get 58 degrees. Angle 5 and angle 6 share a common vertex. They are also vertical angles. So the measure of angle 6 is equal to the measure of angle 5, which is 58 degrees. Okay? For angle 7. Angle 7 is an exterior angle, so it's equal to these two angles added together. So this is 90 degrees, and we found that this was 58 degrees. So the measure of angle 7 is equal to 90 plus 58, which is 148 degrees. Then, angle 8 and angle 7 form a straight line, so that means they add up to 180. So I have 180 minus 148, and I'm going to get 32 degrees. Angle 7 and angle 9 share a common vertex, so the lines cross each other. So angle 9 is congruent to angle 7, so that is also 148 degrees. And that is all of the problems. Please send me any messages or come in early or ask me before your test. Good luck.